This is what you're gonna need for make your shoe. Yeah, you can do it. Make some custom ultra views. Oh yeah, it's so doable. If your custom feud becomes something like ultra views, you can do it too with Little Joe. Hey, I'm Little Joe. This is how you're gonna make custom ultra views.
Okay, so first thing is first, we have our ultra boost. Now we need to make pattern for ultra boost. So first thing Next thing is next, we need Saron Rapis. So Saron Rapis is like clear Rapis. You get it from this thing, so you gotta take it out, and we're gonna Rapis the shoe. Take this sharpen. You have to have a nice black sharpen, and when you have this black sharpen, then we're gonna draw a line where we want our pattern to be. So we're gonna do it along here, and we want to follow exactly where there's fabric. So this is plastic here, this is fabric down here, and we're basically just tracing line of exactly where we want our pattern to go.
Yeah, it's sharp and you put it on your shoe. You can draw it on your ultra views. You can do it. It's really easy to just mark it up on the ultra views on your foot. To just put the sharpen mark on your.
Next to do it is we gotta duct tape it.
Tape your shoe nice. Yeah. Tap, put that tape your shoe, tape your shoe, nice.
Is that we have duct tape it everywhere where there is some sharpen mark. So all the sharpen marks is covered now with duct tape and Saron Rapis. So next thing is next, we're gonna take this off the shoe.
So just rip the Saron Rapis here. And we'll peel it off of the ultra views. And now we can see it's our pattern.
So next thing is next, we need to cut out our pattern from the ultra views. Okay, so now we have this shape, and I know what you're thinking to yourself. Lo and behold, we have this problem. We need to get this kind of open here. How do we get there? Well, you're going to need to have seam somewhere in this pattern. So where I like to do it is I just do it right up the back side. Here we just cut it, and then we have open, and then we can cut out this middle piece here.
Place for to cut it, place for to cut your shoe. Make this pattern to cut.
And there you go. There you have it. Your ultra boost pattern. So you have made it now. Okay, next is next. We're gonna trace this pattern onto good pattern paper. So this is just some simple pattern material here. We have some simple pattern material.
It's really not so hard if you believe your foot. You just have to put this pattern on this paper and use your sharpen and draw a round line, and it's easily have your pattern. Mark it out and a cut. Just use your scissor and a cut. It's a tiny cut. It's a little cut. You cut so fast and it's so nice. Yeah, you use your scissor on your paper and you're gonna cut out your pattern. Wow. Yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice. Yeah, it's nightmare.
And this is now our pattern for our ultra views. What I like to do is to mark which foot it was. So now I know this was lefted foot. So I just write on here, I write lefted. And then on back side, now this is gonna be your righted foot. We have made our pattern for our ultra boost. We have taken laces out of our ultra boost, so they're total nude, completely nude shoe. And next what we are going to do is we are going to dye these shoes. So really important to get the right dye. You want to get this RIT dye, comes in box, you can order it on Amazon. It's all-purpose kind of concentrated kind of dye. And I always recommend wearing some gloves, so it's worth maybe picking up a bottle of gloves. And you know, if you can make yourself a brand new t-shirt, maybe wear a t-shirt that you can be a little more safety with. So here we go. You want to make sure you get a pot that's big enough for your sneakers. This one is, you know, they're just little, my sneakers are a little bit too big for this pot, but I have some practice so I can make work. It won't be really too big deal. So we're gonna fill pot up with hot water here, and you don't want to fill them up too much. And I also recommend you put shoes in while you're filling pot of water, because this way shoe gets wet. So it's really important for get shoe wet, because when shoe is wet, then all the dye will mix into shoe more consistently. So you have a nice wet place for the dye to get into the shoes.
This is what you're gonna do. Put your shoe in the water. Yeah, shove it in the pot. Put your sneaker, shove in the pot. Shove in the pot. Pot.
And also you want to make sure the part that's really going to die is this plastic. So this part's not really going to die, but that's okay. We're going to cover that. That's why we made our pattern anyway. So you want to make sure that you can get the plastic into the pot without kind of touching too much other stuff, like other plastic and stuff. So maybe you want to put them like this, like kind of bend them away from each other. So just kind of practice and see what is best fit for you for get your shoes in the pot. It doesn't, it may not work your first time, but it's best to practice while they're in the sink and while you have all the water in there. And I recommend to fill this with hot water, as hot as possible, because they're going to need to boil this water. So the faster that the hotter that the water is, the more quickly that it will get to boil.
Take your sneaker out and put on the stove. Get the ultra boost out the pot the stove.
Another thing you'll have to have is mix stick, so something to mix up dye when you put it in here.
Cut the dye open and you put in the water, and you mix them up and you put in the water.
And then we will take our stick and we can mixing up the dye in this pot.
And you're mixing the dye and you're getting nice blue, and you get it for...
Okay, once you have mixed that, then you want to put this in, and you're gonna make them flip around, but I like to start with the plastic part, most of the plastic part in back, because that's what I'm most concerned about getting it colored.
It's really not hard, just to shove in your shoe and you put it in for the ultra boost.
And so we'll use this to stick it here. So I use maybe these coins, and I will put some towel to make sure that this coin doesn't move it. And I'll put this over here so it's wedge it under this thing.
Just shove them in.
It's pretty secure in there, so that should hold it down. And we're gonna turn this heat down because it's already bubbling. You see these bubbles, that means it's really hot and it's gone off. So we're gonna turn this down to about a 3. And then we're just gonna let this sit. Okay, so it's been about 1 hour of human time, and now we're gonna take a look at our sneakers and see kind of where color is.
Get your shoe out the pot.
So this is not quite enough blue that we wanted. It's still a little bit light. So we'll put back in and we can turn heat up a little bit.
Put that shoe back in the pot.
Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half now, and we will put these shoes in the dye, and we turn heat up a little bit to try and make dye set higher. So we have it at about 4. And we're gonna take this out and take a look here and see exactly how it how is our shoes. So it's still pretty light. You can see here it's kind of like a light blue. We're going for a little bit darker of blue, so we're gonna let this sit in here quite a bit longer actually, and it's still pretty white down there. So we'll probably turn the heat up to about a 5, and then we'll kind of let them sit for another, maybe these might even take maybe like something like 2 or 3 more hours, I think, probably. Alright, so these Ultra Boosts have been cooking all night, and this dye has taken kind of a little bit more long time. First time I did yellow dye, it took like overnight, and then when I did pink dye, it happened in maybe like 2 hours. So I think it depends on kind of dye and what kind of heat you have. But I think at this point, I think that these sneakers are pretty much done. So we're gonna take them out here and take a look at how the color is. I think they're going to be pretty bent up too, because they've been cooking all night, and they've been smushed into this pot. But I'm kind of liking this color. This blue is this is kind of more what I was going for. I think when we wash it, it's going to kind of change a little bit, but I kind of like this shade. It's kind of pretty much what I was go for. So we have cooked this here for a while now. So what we're going to do is make sure that we turn our stove off, and we're going to bring these sneakers outside. Hot, oh! Hot, oh! Hot! Okay, so we're just pouring this out over here, and our foot is really hot. Foot. Too hot for our foot. And then we're gonna rinse them off the shoes. Oh God, hot. Wiping some of this off.
Wipe my foot, yes, nice and blue. You gotta clean your Ultra Boost. You could do it any color, you could have any time. If you just get this color off, you're fine. Yeah.
Okay, so next thing we're gonna take these sneakers and we're gonna put them in wash machine.
I like to take some old tennis ball and we just drop some tennis ball old into washing machine with them. And we just put it on some normal cycle, take a little bit of detergent, little bit of detergent, and we'll put it in there and we'll wash them up with the sneakers. Okay, now so we'll pick our fabric and we'll get this kind of shiny fabric, and I think this is going to work real well because it's actually kind of velvet underneath this what is printed, so it can stretch. It's really important for it to be able to stretch by feeling. You want to double your fabric, it's really important, and when you lay it down you gotta have two pieces. There you go, you're gonna cut your sneaker, that's gonna be your Ultra Beast. Just cut it out, just get it clipped. Okay, so our sneakers are done washed, and now we can see that, wow, look at these nice colors. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice colors. God, my Ultra Boosts are so nice. Okay, so now we're gonna take these Ultra Boosts and we're just gonna put them in our garage because it's hot garage, so they'll kind of dry off the rest of the way.
Hi doggy. Okay, so our shoes should be dry, so we're gonna go pick them up from the oven. Our garage is basically
Here, and you want to make connected right here, so you're basically just fold it in half and put that back just like where we cut the pattern originally.
Okay, so you can also use some thread for this part. I use my fancy machine because I'm sewing man, and I'm sewing man things, but you can just sew this little part by hand. It's just a sewing in back, and that's what you do with. That's my mask, and that's my Mariotus.
Is you have to take stitch out of the Ultra Boost to get the cage off. So come over here and let's do a little close-up of, you can see the stitch here. And you have to use, this is called stitch remover, and you use stitch remover to peel the stitch out of the Ultra Boost.
Pull them stitch out, get them stitch off. You gotta use your needle thingy and get them out. You gotta peel them, and peel that thread, and then you will have your all Ultra Boost nuded shoe. Easy to do, and it's gonna be good for work. Yeah, Ultra Boost. Oh!
Okay, so to put this fabric onto the Ultra Boost, there's gonna be a couple of things that we need. Most importantly, we need needle and thread. So needle is, we use this curved needle. It's called upholstery needle, so it's curved like this. And then thread, we're just using upholstery thread, so this is nice thick black thread. And then we have stitch remover, very important. And we have thimble. So thimble is for pushing the needle. So first thing to do it is we take off the cage, the thread from the cage, as you see. And then we're gonna put this fabric onto the Ultra Boost, securing around the middle part first. So here we go.
Put that thread in the needle, gotta do in the needle, gonna tie it off, yeah, in the needle.
Okay, so very important how we're doing here is we wanna make sure that we have consistent. So that's how you're gonna put this needle through. Are you gonna go through the shoe first or through the fabric first? In this situation, we're gonna go through fabric first and then through shoe. So we'll show exactly how we are do that here. So we'll make sure that the tip is lined up with the tip to toe, and that's how this is gonna line up here. So we'll get it kind of in rough position, and then we're gonna begin to stitch. So first through fabric, and then through shoe, and then we peel it through. And this is our basic knot, the kind of knot we're gonna do, is since our thread is double like this, we kind of go back through the opening in thread here at the knot, and then we peel it through there.
Sew 'em around the tip of your shoe. This is how you're gonna make Ultra Boost. You gotta sew 'em round in a circle for foot. Ultra.
Okay, so this part can get a little tricky, but it just takes some getting used to it. So you want to start, the tricky part is getting into the glue. If you see here, there is this glue on the plastic around to the fabric, and the trick is you want to hook the glue just like so. Just get a little tiny little bit of the glue here, and then you're gonna push your needle through, and then you can bend your fabric just like this,
and then you're gonna hook through your bent fabric. Just like that. So you're hooked through the glue and the fabric, and you're just gonna repeat this process all the way around the shoe. Oh my nightmare, you're so close. Can you put your Ultra Boost? You gotta do 2 shoes, but you sew them up, and you're gonna get just enough for Ultra Boost. You can do it. Just sew that shoe, and you won't glue it. Yeah, Ultra Boost. Alright, so these are my Ultra Boosts. They have finished, and you know, you can kind of see that there are some parts that I'm not really super happy with. There are kind of some bunching, and that's probably from how I made the pattern. But you know, you just kind of have to practice and try different things, and you know, I'm pretty happy with them. These are my other Ultra Boosts I have made, and I'll do a video on how to kind of print this fabric, but these are kind of my favorite pair that I have made, and I really like these a lot. You know, they came out really good. I think the pattern came out really well, and this is kind of the other pair that I made, and I like these too. But I think that they kind of all, you know, have their own kind of special thing. I kind of dye them different colors, and you know, you just gotta try it out, and maybe you'll make some mistake, and you know, each time maybe you'll get better, maybe you'll get worse, but you never know if you don't try. So that's my video, and those are my custom Ultra Boosts. I hope you enjoy, and if you have any questions, please don't forget to leave something in the comment section below, or feel free to kind of ask me whatever it is that you wanted to. And I hope that doggy will kind of stop barking at when you're making your sneaker boots. So thanks for watching my show. Nightmare! Dicks.